What up, y'all? How y'all doing? Hope y'all feeling blessed. Day 2 of the 25 days of Fitmas. Today we going over push-ups. I know a bunch of y'all just went, push-ups, why? Well, we're gonna go over why. Jesus, that sucks. It didn't stop nothing. All right, my shit just wasn't screwed in all the way. But push-ups is gonna be one of your foundational exercises that you need to do just to build up your overall body strength, just your natural overall body strength. And it's always important that you do exercises that allow you to truly work with controlling your own body weight. So I'm going to show you the regular push-up, the base form, how to get into it. And I'm going to show you a modification that many of y'all are going to ask for because you're like, I can't do push-ups. It's not that you can't. It's simply that you've started wrong. Like, it's a lot like learning how to cook. Just because you got the ingredients don't mean you understand how to follow the directions and put everything together in sequence. So the easiest way for you to start off your push-ups is to lay on the floor. I'm talking like flat on the floor. Lay down flat. Chest on the ground just like this. Reason why you want to remember what the purpose of your movement is. Now, thankfully, the push-up exercise is straightforward, self-explanatory. You want to push up. So the reason why you start off is so important is because a lot of the times you will start off your push-up from this position here, and then you'll bring your body up and you'll try to come down. The issue is you don't have the requisite strength to allow your body to descend slowly. And because of that, you end up having pain in your lower back. You end up having pain in your shoulders. So to eliminate all of that pain that you normally have during your push-ups, start off by laying flat on the floor. Again, we're always talking about the natural patterns and function of the body. The push-up is a natural pattern and function. It is an exercise that the body needs in order to survive, period. There are a lot of exercises that you can do in the gym that you're not going to do in everyday life. They may prepare you for certain things, but you may not do that specific movement in your everyday life. That's cool if you're training for something specific. But if you're working out, if you are just your average Joe and Jane, trying to stay in shape, trying to stay fit, then push-ups is something that you need to do, and you can do. All you need is your own body. So again, lay down flat on the floor. Then what you want to do, you want to have your hands in the right position, because a lot of the times your hands are too far out here, and what this does, this puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder joint. You don't want that. You want to keep the elbows closer to the body. So in order to properly line up, lay flat on the ground, take your hands next to your chest, and use your thumbs to find your nipples. This is not, it sounds hilarious, but this is not a euphemism. It's a real thing. I want you to use your thumbs and find your nipples, because what happens is it puts you in the perfect position to allow your arms to come straight out. Like if you look at my hands, they stay in that same plane of movement right here. This is where you want to end up. And as you watch my thumbs, yes, nope, my nipple, one right there, one nipple right there. This is where you want to be, because it's about the push-up movement, but it's also just being able to move your body like in self-defense. If somebody creepy is all up on you and they in your face and you want them off of you, you need to be able to do this motion here. Excuse me, get away from me. Now, if you're practicing the strength in the movement here, if all your practice is here and you're building all your strength here, well, when you need to do this, you don't have that strength because you've never trained the body to be in that position. You always prepared it to be out here. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I've never seen anybody defend themselves. Get off me. If you're pushing two people off, cool. But if you're dealing with one person, here, you watch any martial artist, they always strike center of mass. So you want to be able to move center of mass. Again, your workouts and your everyday life need to correlate together. So again, lay down flat on the floor, put the hands next to the chest, use the thumbs to find the nipples. Now from here, we're going to practice our push-up. Now, if you have difficulty doing the push-ups, fine. Start off by leaving your knees on the floor. I'll give you a sideways view. Again, thumbs at the nipples. Leave the knees on the floor. Just push here. Now, because I have the requisite strength, my body stays like a stiff board. If you happen to end up pushing up like this and then need to bring the butt up, that's fine. That's what we call building in steps. Because the push-up, the prime movers are going to be your chest muscles, the triceps, the muscles on the back of the arm, and then the shoulder muscles. Those are the three main prime moving muscles. But you do also have your entire core, so your abdomen, all four layers of that, and the lower back stabilizing muscles. All of those come into play when you do the push-up, as well as the stabilizing balancing muscles in your leg when you're fully all the way up in the push-up. But again, we're building in steps. So first, to start off, you want to build the requisite strength in those three prime moving areas: the chest, the triceps, and the shoulders. So when you push up, start from the bottom. Again, find that hand placement every single time. As I push here, if I leave my hips on the ground, all I'm using right now is my triceps and in my chest. I am purposely not using my core for stabilization because I want you to see what the first stage of doing the push-up looks like. I'm not worried about the hips coming up right now because I'm building the requisite strength in the arms and the chest area. Now, as time goes on, you move to step, let's call it 0.2 or 1.2. Push that body up, bring the hips up. This in itself is an entirely different exercise by itself. If you've ever seen a pike, it's an ab exercise, but it's something that you use to bring the body up and stabilize as you come up. So those are two separate portions of the same workout. If you're starting out up here and you don't have the requisite strength in the core, then a lot of times what happens is you either lean too far forward or you're breaking at the shoulder and then coming up like this, and you're feeling that strain in the lower back. Eliminate that. Lay flat on the floor. And with every single rep, you're going to lay flat on the floor. If you want to start up here, fine. Lay down. Push up. Floor. Up. Every time. The reason why you want to hit the floor every single time is because we want to make sure that we're getting full range of motion. Okay? Your muscles are a lot like a business with a budgeting account. I'm not a wonderful office person, but it brings me to the episode of The Office when they had that surplus and they was trying to get the chairs or the printers. Y'all remember that episode? If you don't, look up The Office surplus episode. But because of that episode, I can explain this fully. The company is allotted a certain amount of money in expectation to spend all of that money. If the company doesn't spend all of the money allotted, then at the end of the year, those that oversee the accounts are going to look and see, okay, we didn't spend all $10,000. We only spent $8,000. So because of that, we're going to assume that next year, we're only going to need $8,000 in the budget because we did it this year. Your muscles are the same exact way. If you only move inside of this range of motion for your push-up, then your body is going to learn from what you do and say, okay, the push-up, he has only done this amount of range of movement. So because he or she has only practiced that small amount of movement in that small range, we're going to assume that based upon what you told us, that is all the requisite power we're going to need. We're only ever going to need that much amount of strength from these muscles. The reason why that's a problem is because that's never true. Anytime you're in a dire situation, you're in fight or flight, You hear stories about a mother picking up a car to save her baby and some shit like that. That's your body going above and beyond, right? But you can't hope to your body always be able to go above and beyond, because if you didn't train it, you can't expect it. So again, start from the beginning. Lay down, hands at the chest, thumbs at the nipples. Push the chest up off the floor first. Pick your hips up. If you can hold this position right here, this is a good starting point to practice that core stability. Hold those hips up. You want to try and feel that pulling in of the belly button. Squeeze your butt cheeks a little bit. That way you're not poking your butt all the way up in the air. Keeping that tail tucked a little bit. Drop the body all the way down. See, I came out of position talking to y'all. My hands are in the wrong spot. But because I'm laying down the entire time at the bottom, I can readjust properly and push myself back up. Every single time. The other reason you want to make sure that you're going all the way down every single time is not just the range of motion, but the ability to generate power from said position. If you're doing push-ups and you're only coming here, you are limiting the muscles, like the deltoid for one. You're not stretching the muscle fully in order to come all the way back here and generate that power. It's a lot like what's the game with the flippers? Not ping pong, motherfucking. I can't think about it right now. But the game where you pull pinball. It's like a pinball machine. The further back you pull that string, the further that ball's going to go. You only pull that cord back a little bit, that ball might not even make it out of the starting point. The same is said of your muscles. The further back you move that range of motion, the more power you're going to be able to generate, which means you're going to be able to burn calories at a more efficient rate in that specific area. You got to remember, when it comes to this, I'm going off on a small tangent a little bit, but when it comes to you burning calories, especially like you trying to get rid of that gut, or you trying to get rid of that fupa that you've been blaming the baby for the past 15 years, and now the baby in high school and shit. It's only the fat sits on the areas where you do the least amount of movement. Look, how much fat is, I'm gonna flex so that it's only fat shakes, right? Ain't no fat on my arms, no fat on my legs. I'm gonna flex my stomach. I got fat on my stomach because I don't do enough ab exercises to keep the caloric burn high enough to minimize the fat content in this area. That's all that is. Any area that you have problem burning fat, 9 times out of 10, you're not moving that area, or you're not moving it efficiently enough to allow your body to realize, okay, we got movement in this area, we need to burn. Because as I'm doing curls, my body registers, okay, this muscle is moving. This muscle is active. So once I'm done doing my curls, my body says, hey, this area just sustained some damage. We need to go repair it. That's the process of building muscle, but it's also the process of burning fat. Because just like if I was to break down a building, right? I got to get all the people out of there. And then when I demolish the building, all the shrubbery and the parking and anything that was directly next to that building must also be destroyed. How many times have you walked past a construction site and seen trees and shrubbery as they're building the construction site? Never. Unless they're doing small maintenance inside the building. But anytime an entire building has to come down, everything around it goes as well. The muscles are the same way. When you are burning the muscle, when you are working on the muscle, using resistance to break that muscle down, afterwards, you're going to have the muscle needed to rebuild itself. Said my first day at FedEx busting boxes. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you the other reason why you need to be doing push-ups. Shit like that. I don't work Walmart where we had to take all the stuff off the trucks. And this is the reason to this day I have the small back issues that I have now, because I understand. Thankfully, this is live, so I can go on tangents and shit and come back to it. But because I understood how to move properly, I understood I got to use my base, grab the shit, pick it up, and turn. That's how I started. Like the first 2 days, I was like that. They came to me and was like, "Yo, we need you to move faster." So it came, and I'm not talking like small boxes. I'm talking entertainment sets, bed centers, all the heavy shit. Of course, they put my young big ass on the front with all the heavy shit, but shit like this allows you to do shit like that on an everyday basis. When you are training your body, not just there's a difference between training and working out. Working out, you moving, you keeping your body active, you keeping shit going. But training, you are doing something specific for a specific reason. That's why I joke all the time, and they'll say, you ain't really working out if you ain't sweating. But I've never said you ain't training if you ain't sweating. There's a difference. There's a focus difference. While you're working out, you're trying to, maintain your base fitness level. You keeping the body active. When you training, you are specifically doing a certain thing. So that's when, you see the videos with the band on the foot, and you're doing a small movement here. When you see some big ass doing the gym, moving real slow, controlling that movement. Those things are training when you are focused in a specific avenue. So far, most of you have only been working out, and that's okay. I'm not trying to force you for that, but I want you to know the difference. Because if you don't know the difference, then you allow yourself to remain ignorant. And if you allow yourself to remain ignorant, you allow yourself to be unhappy. Because ignorance is not as blissful as people lead you to believe. If you don't believe me, do your push-ups wrong. Go back to how you was doing your push-ups before. You were ignorant of the information. It's not that it's your fault. No one told you. Anything I don't know, I'm ignorant of until I'm properly informed. And it's not just information you need, it's application. Information without application is really useless. So again, start off by laying down on the floor. And you see how I got myself down with my arms. If you're not doing that yet, okay. Whatever you have to do to get your body flat on the ground, do that. And then put the hands next to the chest, thumbs at the nipples. Now, if you look at my elbows, if you pay very close attention to my elbows, as I push up, the elbows come inside. They rotate a little more in towards the body. I'm trying to give you an angle where you can see it really great. Because this also goes into what I was talking about yesterday when I was talking to you about squats and talking about the rotation of the leg. The leg and the arm always rotate through your movement. So as I drop down into my push-up, I set my hands up, watch my elbows. Like this is their relaxed state. They out here at the side chilling. As I go to engage the muscle, the elbows come in, allowing the triceps a better position to start that movement. Starting with the triceps, then the chest and the deltoids get engaged. But as you see, I wish I had something on my arm so you could see the rotation in the arm. I would just over exaggerate it. As I'm here, rotating to the starting point and relaxing on the way back up. There's always some type of rotation with all of your movement. The reason why is because that's how the muscles are connected on the body. There are very few connections on the body where you're gonna see a muscle with a straight line of origin and insertion. Doing research on this, but I'm gonna say 98% of all the muscles move around the corner. Some type of corner. They go around, there's an angle. And so you want that rotation in all of your muscles and all of your movements to allow the full use of the muscle. And again, if you're having any pain while you're doing the exercise, stop and assess. Like the best way for you to figure out what's wrong with the movement or exercise. Once you felt the pain is like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore, do one final rep, but do it extremely slowly and pay close attention to how your body is feeling. Like a lot of the times, people will have issue with in the elbow area while doing the push-up. So that's going to come from one or two sides. That pain is either originating on the forearm side or on the upper arms, on the upper portion of the arm. Normally, it's either an issue with the tricep area where it inserts here at the elbow, or excuse me, a lot of times you may also find issue towards this side of the arm, dealing with that forearm grip. I believe it's called tennis elbow. I've never played tennis, so I don't know specifically what to call the injury, but I always assess based upon what you feel during the movement. Just because you have pain in a certain area does not automatically tell you what is wrong. You have to understand how your body feels as it's moving in order for an individual to offer you help. Because I don't care how professional of a person you get, ain't nobody psychic. And I haven't seen any technology that allows one person to feel another person's actual physical pain in the moment. So it's up to you all to be able to explain to us, your trainer, your physical therapist, your doctor, your holistic healer, your shaman, whoever. You have to be able to explain to us what you're feeling. And then based upon the requisite knowledge that we have, we can then go forward and try to figure out how to help you. Because again, you could have a shortened muscle head that's affecting your movement that you don't know about, that I don't know about, but you feel pain. And so we're like, okay, I don't know what it is. I'm going to send you to your doctor, get an MRI, this, that, and the third. But if you don't tell me, I don't know. If you don't communicate to me, how can I help you? I'm not a psychic. Now, we're going to go over your basics one more again. Push-ups, lay your body down, put the hands next to the chest, thumbs at the nipples, press the body up, just like that. Full tilt, body fully extended. You want the body coming down at one solid piece. Another thing about the form, I hate seeing cats do half push-ups and count them shits. Like when you're doing bets or whatever, and you start to see this shit. Yeah, I'm going to do 100 push-ups. Not a single push-up is done. I never count any of those. If it ain't full range, it don't count. Think about your exercises like your check. If all the money that's supposed to be on my check ain't there, then I didn't get my check yet. I'm going to keep calling y'all till I get my motherfucking money. You got to treat your workouts the same way. Excuse me. But one modification that you can do is start off at an elevated plate. Now, if you don't have, a little workout area to do it on, you can literally use the wall, a ledge, or a chair. Like say you got a chair in your house. Now, it's going to be, if it's a chair that's in your house, it's going to be harder to lay down on. But basically anything that you're going to use to help elevate your body, you want to start by laying on. So I can't get my whole chest on it. I'm going to lay my stomach on here. I'm going to move back a little bit so I can get my chest on the platform and have my hands lined up with my chest. From here, I am still in that perfect positioning to allow my body to drop all the way in, full range of motion with no issue, and push all the way out, full range of motion with no issue. That spacing is absolutely key. Look, I'm going to show it to you on the wall. Like if you are dealing with a shoulder. There's some words in the English language that are just difficult. If you're dealing with a God damn it. If you are dealing with a shoulder injury, then you definitely don't want all that weight to start off on the ground. You want to start off on the wall. But again, same thing. Line up on the wall. Put your hands at your chest. What you're going to do from here, you're going to push back. You're going to let yourself walk down and walk out with it a little bit. Now, once you here, keep your feet where they are, up on the tippy toe just a little bit, just to even out that difference in position with the chest. Drop down into it and push. This way, you can really work on the focus motion of just the push without having to worry about using your core almost at all. I'm going to show it to you again and again. It feels a little bit awkward because you're doing it on the wall and you're standing up. But you're going to set this up. Again, push-ups from the wall. Stand up next to the wall, get your chest on the wall. Hands at the chest, thumbs at the nipples. Put yourself away a little bit, walk back. You want to keep your hands flat on the wall. I like to get into a little tippy toe just to alleviate the small differences, the small degrees of change as I'm here versus as I'm here. So I come into the tippy toe just to allow that chest to fall right into the hands. Flat on the wall. Push yourself off. Find the wall again. Once you found that spacing from the initial time, you should be able to just look at that wall and see where your hands are and either keep them there or if they come off, put them right back in the same position. But again, bending at the elbows, keeping the chest in line with the hands, and just rest right here. Rest with the body on the wall and push yourself off. If you have anything that doesn't allow you to be flat on the ground, start there. Because then what you can do to continue to increase the difficulty within safety, you just continue to slide your hands down as you move your feet back. Now, as you're on the wall, I know I have issue with certain position on the wrist because of the tightness in the muscles here. I need to do more stretching. I've done too much overwork and overtraining over the years to compensate for lack of strength or lack of flexibility. And it has aided me in the things that I've wanted to do, but still I suffer from not being flexible. Like, even though I have overcome a lot of the downsides from not being flexible because of my overtraining and my strength, that's not the normal. It's not normal, and I still have to go back and do the stretches anyway. There is no avoiding it. It's a lot like getting a BBL and then still having to go work out in the gym. You're going to have to work out either way. You just went the long way about it, and now you still got to come to the gym and work out because you're trying to get them thighs to match that new booty. But yeah, wall push-ups. And again, if you have issues like me when it comes to the wall push-ups, what you want to do is change the angle of your hand. As I get lower on the wall for the wall push-ups, I turn my hands out a little bit to relieve the pressure here in the wrist. So if I'm down this low, my fingertips may be pointed out more toward the sides. I want you to see my hands so you know exactly what I'm talking about. As I come down, I'm doing wall push-ups here. Okay, my chest isn't going to get all the way there, but I'm locked in at the elbow here, pushing up. I can get my chin to the wall. But again, start off regular here, pushing your body off, and as you build that strength, as you feel a little more confident in your core, slide down and eventually move to a point where you're here on a ledge. Again, same thing. You want to lay down with your chest on the platform. Now, I got a short area here. My head probably going to hit this little window, but I'm going to do it for y'all. So if I get a concussion, I blame y'all. So starting off, I want to see where my chest is going to hit the platform. So here, with these two variations, you're starting from that extended point. Unlike when we're on the floor, I can start here on the chest. All right, good. And I got my hands at my chest, thumbs at the nipples. Now can you see my knee? You can't see my knee. because I want you to be able to do this. Take this video, play it, and do this by yourself at home. So part of the reason why I'm pausing so much as I do it, I want to make sure that I'm fully explaining everything that I'm going through fully, because I tend to do things without having to think about them, and then you all see it and you have a million questions. So I almost always end up lining my hands almost exactly where they need to be. Your hands right here. This is the spacing you gonna need. Your arms are right here, straight up. I don't need no more space than this. When I line up with my hands at my chest, thumbs, and nipples, my hands are right here, inside that same spacing. So as soon as I put my arms down, I am in position. But this is because I've been doing this for years and years on end. And so the body has automatically remembered where it needs to be without me thinking about it. That's the wonderful thing about working out. The more you do it, the better you get at it. It never gets easier, but you get better. Again, so I'm going to put my chest on the platform. Using that staggered stance on the leg to balance my body out, so I'm not just putting all the weight on this marble surface. Chest on the platform, thumbs at the nipples. I'm going to move my foot back. Now, you see how high my butt is right now? Like, my butt is high and my back is a flat table. I'm going to push up first. Then I'm going to straighten my body out a little bit and allow myself to drop. My butt is still slightly elevated because I don't want to do this. That's a different workout in two ways. But that is a variation of a workout. That's more of a dip than it is a push-up. Dips will be a completely different day. Same grouping of muscle use, but it's different. But we'll explain on a different day. Again, keeping the butt up, because what this does is my center of gravity is here. So my two contact points are here and here. I'm always trying to manage where my center of gravity is between my contact points. So I slow down, bring the chest down here. See, my feet are too close for me to allow my chest to hit the platform. So I'm going to step back just a little bit. And because I got this ledge, I'm going to let my hand curl over the end of the ledge, my thumb wrapped under. That way I got a nice good grip. And I can let my chest fall right into that position and push right back up. Relax. Extend. Once you got the movement and the positioning down, then you can really start to focus on squeezing those active prime movers. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Coach Reggie? Need to get you in here with me, Joe. But yeah, once your form is right and you can really start to feel the workout that you're doing, then you can go even further and work on squeezing and focusing that squeeze in the prime movers. So during your push-up, you want to squeeze your triceps and the chest. You want to try and push your chest together on the way up. Now, ladies, all my ladies, you want to do push-ups. The reason why, number one reason why you want to do push-ups, it's an automatic breast lift. It is a natural automatic breast lift because the breast tissue sits on top of the pectoralis minor and major, the chest muscles. So if you are 30, 35, 40, 50, 60 plus, whatever, if you are trying to maintain a youthful presence, you're trying to maintain a useful presence, the push-ups are going to help that because it's going to minimize the excess fat. Like, you know, that side boob, when y'all put your bra on and you do this here and you're trying to get rid of this fat here, that's this muscle. Once this muscle is allowed to be activated, then the fat that you want to burn in those excess areas will allow it to be activated and burned. Also, when you're doing push-ups, you're only using your own body weight. So again, ladies especially, I know you want to get strong, you want to get fit, but you are worried about getting bulky. If you do push-ups, you won't have to worry about getting bulky. Shit, you don't got to worry about getting bulky. Period. The shit don't happen by accident. But as you are starting to move from working out to training, if you decide to get a personal trainer, if you join a workout group, or whatever, you really start to feel yourself get into the groove. I know that a lot of women that are serious about training, they do fear, okay, I don't want to end up like the bodybuilding females. And I'm only talking to the women that are so dedicated in their fitness that they have gone beyond the point of just doing 1 or 2 workouts. They're serious, they're on schedule, you're working out, you're doing your meal planning, but you worry about getting really big. Your muscles will grow based upon how you train them. So if you lift heavy, then you can expect mass. If you lift lighter, you can expect strength, depending upon how you lift in, and power. Like you can do a lot of good work with lightweight free weights, and you can also do a ton of good work with body weight. The reason why the push-up is so important, you again, like I said, your chest is involved, your shoulders are involved, your triceps are involved, your anterior serratus, the muscle that sits up underneath right here. You can't see mine right now. I got too much fat on top of it. But the anterior serratus is involved. The abdomen, all 4 layers of the abs are involved. The back is involved, not just the small of your back, the lower back, and the muscles that run down the spine. All of those are involved in the push up. That's why I say squats, push ups, sit ups, and leg lifts. If you do those 3, it will not only maintain, but it will grow the base of your fitness life. Every martial arts movie that we've ever watched, the main character got a real good sensei, and the sensei trying to train him, what does sensei always say? We gotta stick to the basics. I don't care what show. I don't care if it's Naruto, Avatar, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, any and every martial arts movie, show, genre, whatever. The teacher is always trying to get the student to understand that while you may dream of these lofty skills of being able to do all of this impressive stuff, if you don't stick to the basics, none of that other shit will matter. If you can bench press 400 pounds but can't do 40 push-ups, who cares? If you could squat 500 but you can't hold a low squat position, you can't stand a low squat position and walk, who really cares? Because while being strong is great, when I'm thinking about you being strong, I then automatically think about your usefulness to me. Trust me, I know I'm the strong friend. So whenever somebody got to move, they call me. Whenever somebody like, hey, I got a little, I might need a little help me. You want to fight? I got you. They call me. People base their expectations on you based upon their relationship and then what you show them. So you show me that you're strong as hell and I know you, I bet. If my fucking car run 2 flats and I need help pushing this motherfucker, John just deadlifted 500 pounds last week. Hey, yo, John, hey, I need you to help me out lift this car while I change the tire. John come over and can't hold that car up, or if I need him to help me push it, if he can't push it because he hasn't trained that requisite strength, then the strength that you had in the gym don't matter to me. Like all these pics and the videos and shit we take and put on the gram and on TikTok and Twitter, all that shit is all well and good and cool. But what you gonna do when you hit 62 years old and you got to get an emergency knee surgery and now you got to relearn how to walk? What are you gonna do when you are the victim of a three car accident? You ain't had nothing to do with it. You was parked, you was in your spacing, but a big ass truck knocked 2 cars into you, hit you, you got a little whiplash, and now you got a little problem with your lower back. Now you can't do all that stupid heavy ego lifting. What do you do then? The basics. When you are trying to heal your body, the basics. You start with, maintain, and stick to the basics because it works. It's proven to work. Now, doing the basics right is definitely going to be more important. I'm about to get off this and get out of here. But your push-ups, your squats, your sit-ups, if you do those three with the right form and the right frequency, I guarantee you will be shocked at the results on the scale and in the mirror. Because consistency is what breeds success, and it's also how you build habits. It takes like 21 days to build a habit. So if you don't do nothing else but those three, I'm not telling you to go join a gym membership. I'm not telling you to tell all your girlfriends and your homies what you about to do. I'm not telling you to post a motherfucking board up on Pinterest about how you gonna start it. Shut the fuck up. Don't tell nobody what the fuck you doing. Just start doing it. Just them three: push-ups, sit-ups, squats. I showed you squats yesterday. I showed you push-ups today. I'm gonna go over sit-ups tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna break down sit-ups. Well, I'm gonna go ahead sit-ups, crunches, leg lifts, because sit-ups and crunches are very easily confused. People confuse those two very easily. There is a difference between the two, and usually I prescribe sit-ups and leg lifts because, again, if you're trying to get rid of that fupa, you're trying to get rid of that fanny pack fupa. If you haven't gotten rid of it and you're sitting here like, I've been working out for 6 months, 2 years, 3 years, and I just can't get the fupa going, that's because none of your ab exercises have been engaging that lower portion of the abdomen. There are 4 layers to the abdomen. But I'm going to talk about that tomorrow because I got to go. I get ready to go to work and shit. Push-ups. Lay flat on the floor. Find your chest. Look. There's one. Where that one at? That other one. Boom. Right there. From here, I can push. That's why you'll get on some machines for chest press and you feel those handles come inside, because the natural movement of this here, I'm not moving the arm. I'm only going to flex the chest and make the arm move because of the chest flex. Watch this. Ooh. Flex it too much. But I don't know if you were able to see, as the arm came in, it didn't just come into the body. It came in, came forward, and rotated because of how the muscles are interconnected up under here. That's why the rotation is so important as you're going through your movements, to make sure that the small muscles that you can't see are being worked. I'm going to post this up on YouTube, the full live. I'm also going to post a short and condensed version of doing the push-up. That'll be up on the pages. Just bear with me as I go through it. You feel me? I got ADHD and I'm doing my best. No joke. Like, I'm serious. I got ADHD. That's why I'm not good with planning shit. That's why everything comes straight off the top. So, those are your 2 exercises, your homework that you got to do. If you ain't training right now, if you ain't got a trainer right now because personal training is so expensive, if you ain't got a gym yet because gym memberships are so expensive, you already here. This app is free and whatnot. It's already on your device. You don't need nothing else but yourself. When I showed you the squats yesterday, I showed you with the weights. But that doesn't mean you need weights. And if you do need weights, you have everyday tools at the house that you can use. That's a whole nother video that I'm going to bring to you a different day. But y'all stay blessed, stay safe, and stick to it. Last point I'm going to make. And it upsets me every time I think about it. I've been giving people the same prescribed workout regimen for the past 15 plus years, ever since high school. Push up, sit up, squats. Push up, sit up, squat. It's what I've told every last person that has ever trained with me. Not everybody listen. But years later, this fucking anime comes out about this fucking superhero named One Punch Man. And you know how this motherfucker got his goddamn powers? Every day. This motherfucker did 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 sit-ups. He also ran a mile or a kilometer every day. I can't tell you the amount of frustration, disappointment, excitement, all at the same time because I knew I was right. They made a whole cartoon about this shit. And if you pay it, you might think, oh, it's just a cartoon. The martial arts cartoons, all the anime and martial arts cartoons, they all, even if they got powers and all of the movement and the actual martial arts are all based on real life martial arts. So there you have it. Push-ups. Do them. You need them. I love you. I'm out. Thanks for riding with me. Riding with the Dragon. Dragon Riders, I love y'all.